Hello, in this video, I'll show you how to utilize background and foreground services in Android. There are three types of services in Android: background, foreground, and bound. Each of these terms are misleading because it is not describing the behavior of how each service are used. It is describing how they are terminated. For Android developers, a service is a component that runs on the background to perform a long-running task. A background service is a service that runs only when the app is running, so it will get terminated when the app is terminated. A foreground service is a service that stays alive even when the app is terminated. A bound service is a service that runs only if the component it is bound to is still alive. Let's see how we can create a background service. If you have not already, give the video a like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. To create a background service, create a new class and have it extend the service class. Inside the class, override the onBind and onStart command methods. The onStart command method is called every time we start the service either by calling start service or start foreground service. This is where we want to define what the service will do. For now, we'll create a thread that prints a message to the terminal every 2 seconds. Now that we have our background service, we need to let the app know about this service. Go to the manifest file. Inside the application element, add a service element and use the name attribute to add the service to the app. The next step is to start the service. Go to the main activity file. In the onCreate method, create an intent for the service. Call start service and pass in the intent. If we run the app and look at the terminal, a message will be displayed every 2 seconds. If we minimize the app, the service will continue to run. If we terminate the app, it will stop. Now let's see how we can create a foreground service. Create a new class and have it extend the service class. Override the onBind and onStart command methods. Inside the onStart command method, copy the code from the background service and paste it inside. Go to the manifest file and add the service to the app. In order for us to use foreground services, we need to add the foreground service permission in the manifest file to enable it. Now we need to start the service. Go to the main activity file. In the onCreate method, replace the background service class with foreground service. Instead of calling start service, call start foreground service. If we run the app, the service should start. However, if we terminate the app, it will stop. This is because we have not put the service in the foreground state. Calling start foreground service only starts the service. We still need to put it in the foreground state. Go back to the foreground service class. In the onStart command method, call start foreground. It takes two arguments, an ID for the notification and the notification itself. The reason why we need to provide a notification for a foreground service is because we need to let the user know that this is a service from our app that's running, even when the app is terminated. The notification cannot be removed until the service is terminated. Pass in an ID and a notification object. If we run the app and terminate it, the service should still be running, and we will see a notification in the notification tray. Although it is working as intended, we still need to do one more thing to properly handle foreground services. Because they stay alive even after the app is terminated, whenever the app gets relaunched, another service will be created, and we'll end up with multiple of the same service running at the same time. To stop this from happening, every time we want to start the service, we need to check if it is already running. Go back to the main activity file. Create a boolean method called foreground service running and have it return false by default. Inside the method, get a reference to the activity manager using getSystemService. Then use the for loop to loop through all the active services that are running. During each iteration, check if there is a service that matches our foreground service. If there is, return true. In the onCreate method, check if the service is not running first. If it is not running, we want to start the service. If we run the app, and then terminate it, and then relaunch the app, it will not start the service again. Sometimes you may want to restart a foreground service when the user reboots the system. We can achieve this by using a broadcast receiver. The purpose of the broadcast receiver is to send or receive messages from the Android system. When the user reboots the device, Android will send out a message telling everyone that the system was rebooted. We need to create a broadcast receiver to receive that message so we can restart the foreground service. To create a broadcast receiver, create a new class and have it extend the broadcast receiver class. Since we want to receive a reboot message when the system was restarted, override the onReceive method. Now that we have the broadcast receiver, we need to add it in the manifest file to let the app know about it. Go to the manifest file, add a receiver element, and use the name attribute to add the receiver. Inside the receiver, add an intent filter to let the app know what the receiver will be listening for. Add the boot completed action so it listens for when the app is rebooted. When that's done, enable the receive boot complete permission. Now go back to the broadcast receiver class. In the onReceive method, check if the action we receive from the intent is equal to action boot completed. If it is, we want to start the foreground service. If we run the app and then restart the device, the service will start up automatically on its own. That's all for this video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. See you in the next video.